The very moment that I met you, I had more reservations about you.
Good morning, or howdy. We don't get many howdies here in Thailand. We get some konnichiwas, some ni haos, some sweaty kebabs, occasionally a welcome, bonjour, maybe a ça or a buenos dias. So some of that to all of you. Also, hate to tell my subscribers this, but the letter I haven't written to Jerry Ryan asking her to come and be my co-host has not been answered. I can't imagine why. We'll have to just be brave. Now today I want to talk about some of the equipment I use for my vlogs and my photography. First of all, a very popular item now is the Mavic Pro. The Mavic Pro is a small drone, about the size of your hand, and that's a good thing. That means you have fewer restrictions on your flying. You can get it in and out of places without being noticed as quickly, if at all, and it takes pretty good pictures. It matches up well with the Phantom Pro to most of the pictures I've seen. Now, to fly that thing, got this controller device. Now, I'm using a 7-inch tablet because I can see more than I do if I use an iPhone. Antennas, 45 degrees, that way when you're using it, you can have your antennas are actually pointed at your device. If you put them like this, then they're pointed at the ground. You don't want that. DJI sells this device in two forms. It sells it as just the drone, or it sells it in a Fly More package. The drone itself is around $1,000. The Fly More package adds $300, but you'll have a total of 3 batteries instead of 1. By the way, this battery is a 46 watt-hour battery, so you don't have to worry about taking them on the plane, and you can carry as many as you want. Another good thing about small drones. A couple of more things that DJI has thought of in their Fly More package. A smart charger that checks the batteries you have on it and charges the one that's closest to full first, so you're flying again quicker. An HDMI cable for the times you need one. Convenient little connector cables to go from the flight controller to your tablet or phone. They're just the right length for many things, but in my case, they were the wrong length, so I have to use a longer data cable to get to the tablet. They have a card phone charger or a card charger that will charge the batteries, or if you attach this device that they include, you can charge 2 USB units. Of course, that could be your camera or your controller or your tablet, so that's a convenient device to have if you're moving from site to site. Besides the drone, I use a Sony AX33 4K video camera. It's useful, and we'll be shooting the last segment of this presentation with this. We can't use the drone because I live within 1.5 miles of an international airport, and I'm sitting here with my fingers crossed that nobody comes in on the north glide path before this clip is done. What I like about this camera is, first of all, it's very, very sharp. I took something with it yesterday, and I hadn't shaved, and I barely have any beard, but wham bam, it was showing every hair on my face. So it's a good size viewfinder. The colors are accurate. Memory card, a big one. Now, this is where you download. I'm not entirely at home with this, but it hasn't caused any problem to date. So I'm not saying anything negative about it. It takes good, sharp pictures. It has a pop setting that gets it a little saturated if you want to use it, and then back off of it in your post-production. Okay, that's the end of, I'm shooting this with a Nikon 750 and a 14 to 24 lens on it. The 14 to 24 will get wider than the Mavic or the Sony. So it's good. Right now I'm probably 16 or 18 inches from the camera lens, and it's set at about 20 to 22 millimeters. Okay, that's all for this clip. Okay, this is the super wide lens and the DSLR I use. If you use a DSLR for movies, you've got to lock your focus or it'll start trying to do focus tracking and it won't look good. The big fisheye is good for very wide panoramas too. Okay, it will shoot 1080 at 60p. And since I render at 1080 and shoot at 4K to save upload time, that works out well. My other two go-to lenses are 24 to 70. That is good for a lot of stuff, and I can go to a DX crop and get out to 105. The camera that I'm filming this on, the Sony, has the longest zoom. It'll zoom out to, I guess, around 400. Also use this 60-degree prime macro lens if I want to get small, and it works for portraits too. So that's my stuff. I'll give you a little bit of information about file size, computer equipment, and so forth in the last clip. Thanks. All right, now, if you're going to do any more than just upload your raw clips, you're going to need some sort of editor. Editors come in two basic forms, free and non-free. If you're just getting started in this, you may want to use some of the free software. HitFilm 4 is a good piece of software. It's kind of like model trains in that the train is cheap, but the track is real expensive. But that will serve you well. It's a good program. I have tried a lot of different programs. They all seem to have your basic box where you import your clips, the edit box, and the timeline box. Now, I suggest, since a lot of them will let you download free and take a look at exactly what they do, I suggest you try several. I was inclined to use Premiere Pro to start with, but I've got a laptop that I take with me when I travel that's a Windows machine, and the desktop is an Apple. So I ended up with a Corel program called Pinnacle, and it's a full service program that costs about a fifth of what Premiere Pro costs. So do a little shopping on your software. See what it does, see how long it takes to upload. It seems to me that my Pinnacle Corel program uploads faster than my Sony program or my HitFilms program. So remember, your time is valuable and your uploads are valuable. Your upload time is valuable, so don't get a software. I did a 1 hour film one time and it took me 41 hours to upload. I did a similar film with a different software package, and it took about 8 hours, so you know what your time's worth. But if you're going to edit, play around with software and make sure you got one that does the stuff you want. Now, music is another thing. Although you can buy music from a lot of sites, royalty-free music, a lot of people are more interested, especially if they don't have a monetized site, they're interested in doing something that doesn't cost them a lot. I've got a couple of tunes I bought for like $12 a piece. I've seen some for 20 and 25. I've seen some slightly more professional sounding stuff starting around 49. And of course, if you want something that's familiar, you could be spending 10 grand or more. So Creative Commons is a good place to start. They've got a lot of free stuff. They usually request that you put in the description of your video the name of the licensor, and they will issue a license with the Creative Commons stuff. So that's a good place to get music. The Corel's program I have has some music in it. The Sony program I have has some music in it. Google and YouTube also have some music available. But the first step up, and I don't make sophisticated videos. I'm not here pretending to be some kind of producer. I'm just somebody a lot like you, maybe a little further experience with drones, maybe not. But if anything I've said will help you, then it's been worth the time it took to make the film. This is TD Bob from Chiang Mai, Thailand. Happy trails.